Hey guys, welcome. Welcome to Artistic License, my stream I do on Thursdays. That's kind of a little bit of whatever I want. Hey Lunar, hey Jane, hey Erica, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Let me tell y'all, I have had a time this week. Oh my gosh. If we get through the first story that I'd already promised my patrons I would share, then I'll tell y'all about kind of what's been going on this week. It's been absolutely insane. Okay, but first I have to tell everybody the emotes that I uploaded this weekend, they're live now, so you can all use them if you are subscribed or if you've given bits, you'll see some unlocked. So if you scroll down to the about, you'll see like which ones are available for which stuff. We've got a wave emote, you've got a raid emote, a crying emote, a love emote, and a laughing emote. So I'm just going to pop those in the chat right now so you guys can see them. So some of them are for subscribers, some of them you got to give a certain amount of bits to unlock. And of course, remember, if you want to unlock them for free, you can use your channel points. Hey, Jane. Oh my gosh, I love you using the hi emote. That's so cute. And I've ordered some more because we actually have 2 other emote slots that are already unlocked. I didn't put anything in tier 3 right now. And there's like 10K bits, I think it is also unlocked. And I have not, I don't have anything in there. So I had to order some more. So we've got some more of those coming. I think it's weekend after next. So in a couple of weeks, we'll have some more very cute emotes also of Queen with wings like that. I don't actually know how to pronounce the word, but y'all know what I'm talking about. The D&D monster that's like the cat with wings, that's like Tresium or something like that. That's what I got going on. I feel like that kind of fits my like, you know, my role play vibes and all that good stuff. So that's what we're doing for the emotes. Okay, so Jane, I'm so glad you're here because Jane so graciously, oh my gosh, Lunar, thank you for the bits. Thank you so much. You're the best. Jane so graciously allowed me to use coal as a beautiful example for this particular video about the different biotypes that you can use for your group. So if you'd like to learn all about those different biotypes and the way that I've set up role plays in the past with those and things like that, go check out that video, and then and you'll see featured as our example Cole, which is one of Jane's characters that I love so much. I think he's so magical. Tresim. Tresim? Okay, maybe that's how you say it. I've always said Tresium, but I never knew if that was right because I've seen the word written, but I've only ever said it like, you know, to other people who have only seen the word written. So I have no idea if that's correct or not correct. It filled my self-worth-o-meter for the month. Aw, Jane. Well, I had to. Your lights are blinking. Oh, yeah. They shake sometimes because they're different. They're not really blinking. It's like the camera's doing that. Let's change the color. See if this, like, does the pink blink less? Yeah, the pink blinks less. We can do that for now. Sometimes they flicker because the camera has a slightly different, like, shutter speed than what the lights expect them to have, or, like, vice versa, whatever. They flicker sometimes. The whites are really bad at that. Pink, yeah, we'll go with pink for now. My Twitch stream D&D group, we have a Tressum pet. Oh, that's so cool, Erica. Maybe they do know the right pronunciation then, because you know y'all are streaming it, so I feel like you should know. Maybe Tressum is the right one. I don't know. I have no idea. All right. Okay, guys. So what we're gonna do today, of course, is we're gonna play some more Final Fantasy X. We last time were in Guadosalam, so we're going to get ready to leave Guadosalam. We're going to go into the Thunder Plains. And we have a lot of random battles that we're going to do today. So I've got some story times that I want to share because, I mean, it's going to get interrupted by cutscenes, right? But it's not like last episode where it was like cutscene in a row and we didn't do nearly as much talking. We have lots of random battles, so lots of time to talk today. That's how we've been saying it, so whatever. Yeah, I don't think it really matters, but Tressum, sure. Like, we can say it that way. I have no idea. I have no idea. Because like I said, everyone that I know that says it has only ever seen it written, so like, I mean, who knows if we're saying it right? Who knows? Mystery. Okay. Oh, good. So it already detected the stream. Let's turn that volume up so y'all can hear the beautiful music. There we go. Resume. Okay. We do have a couple cutscenes at the beginning. If y'all remember from last time, we were about to head out into the Thunder Plains, and it turns out Seymour already left. So we gotta go tell everybody. Let's go tell everybody Seymour left. Oh, no worries, Lunar. I do appreciate the lurking.
Lord Jiskel, please tell me, what can I do to help?
Yuna, let's go!
They say Seymour went to Macarena Temple.
Macalania Temple.
Aye?
What I don't get is, why would the Lord Maester head off without a peep to anyone?
Maybe he wasn't expecting Yuna's answer so soon.
Ah, that's probably it.
Them two agreeing.
What is it?
Oh, nothing.
You're a poor liar.
It's true, it's nothing. Come on, let's go.
Do we believe her? I don't know if I believe her. Seems sus. He seems sus right there. Thunder Plains. Thunder, 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 thunder plains.
Oh no! We're here!
Now we find out why Lucy didn't want to come here.
How are we supposed to cross that?
See the lightning rod towers? The lightning is drawn to them, hopefully.
We head north, not too near and not too far from the towers, yeah?
Meaning we should avoid wide open areas.
Okay.
I think I forgot something in Guado Salam.
Nice knowing you.
Okay, I'll go!
That harsh reality from... Okay. Lightning can strike. Oh, like that. Okay, so we can go close to the lightning towers to not get struck. Or we can dodge with A. But if you mash A a bunch over and over, it's not going to work. Basically, we have to dodge the lightning. It doesn't really make any difference at this section if you really do dodge the lightning or not, but you do get something special if you dodge like 200 lightning bolts, I think it is. We're not going to dodge 200 while we're here today, but we might come back and do that later. It just really kind of depends on what we want to do for kind of the end game later on. We are definitely going to steal from these guys. They have Electro Marbles, which we want to teach our Aeon some cool skills. Alright, and in this section there's going to be a bunch of these random battles, and I have learned that I've got to talk through these because otherwise I end up sharing my YouTube money with the game developers. They'll do like the split thing, so, you know, they take half my money because the battle music, for whatever reason, gets copyrighted. So to avoid that, we are going to talk a lot through these battles. I want to share a story with you guys. This is story time, okay? Story time for this stream. And some content warning here. I'm going to be talking about some traumatic events that happened to me as an adult. And this involves living next to a violent addict. The story is all over with, so I can definitely share it safely and with humor and all of that stuff. Without really worrying about it, so, you know, it's nothing to worry about. But it's definitely something interesting that happened, and a good cautionary tale, so I think, you know, I feel like removed from it and safe sharing it on stream. So,
You like that?
yeah, that is so rude with the copyright stuff. I mean, they could strike me, so, like, they're doing the kindest thing possible as far as how they have their content bot set up, but still, it's still really annoying. Like, I know I'm playing their game, but, like, I'm adding stuff to it and explaining what's going on. I don't know, I feel like it's my content, but whatever. That's, like, a whole other thing. About whether it's really my content or not if I'm playing their game, but whatever. Anyways, let's get into the story time. Alright, so it all started when we got this neighbor at the house, next to the house. They moved in on the same neighborhood as us. And when the previous people were getting ready to sell that house, we watched them. Like, we literally watched this, and because of how the houses are positioned, we're the only ones that could have possibly seen this. But we literally watched them, instead of replacing these like rotted boards, we literally watched them cover it up with another board. So like there's this trim sort of section, weird section of the roof, and we watched them cover up the bottom of it where it was rotted instead of ripping that section out and replacing the wood there. So we're like, that is suspicious. And so when the next people moved in, of course, we wanted to tell them what had happened. Oh, Landon, thank you so much for the alert. Alright, so we wanted to tell them what happened. So my husband, Levi, being, you know, the person that wants to go save everybody, he tries to go talk to them. And I don't know exactly what happened during that interaction, why this happened, what the hell is going on, but he's like, hey, we're your neighbors, tried to introduce himself or whatever, and like he was trying to open up the conversation to eventually tell them about that section of their roof being jacked up because they had not replaced the boards, they had just, you know, put new boards over them. And they run away from him. Like literally, like they literally run away. And that was our first interaction with these people. So it was very strange, very, very strange interaction. No, don't stone me. Very strange interaction with these people. And so we were like, okay, and we never get around to telling them about this situation with their roof. And we just kind of ignore them after that. Like, there was one other kind of, sort of, not really, attempt to talk to them because they had some really cool Christmas decorations that first Christmas they were here. And that never happened. So what ended up happening instead is we kind of just, like, didn't really talk, which was weird because other people in the neighborhood talked to us just fine and we don't really have any issues with them. So after they had been here for a minute, like it was several months, like it was a long time. All of a sudden, this like red Kia car, I can't remember the make. No, that would be the make. Kia would be the make. I don't remember the model. Started showing up in their house, in their driveway. And we hadn't seen that car before, and it would like come and go, like it would be here for a minute, and then it would not be here. And it was just kind of weird and suspicious, right? So we had kind of assumed that this was like a friend of theirs that they were really close with or something like that. You know, we didn't really think too much of it. But it was just kind of weird how often this random car was there. Alright, we're going to talk to this guy and then I will continue the story.
Well, hello there. Would you like to hear about this place? Very well. Let me tell you about the crossing.
Yes, Jane, this is an older couple.
Long time ago, this place was a traveler's nightmare. Plains of lightning, plains of thunder. Those who cross are torn asunder. Or so they used to say. Then a man by the name of Bilgan appeared. Using Machina, he built towers that served as lightning rods across the plains. Finally, travelers were able to cross in safety. Bilgan was building that tower over there when he was struck and killed by lightning.
I'm so sorry, Erica. It didn't even show me that you did it. I guess it broke again and I'll have to go fix it. Thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you for letting me know. I'm so annoyed that it keeps breaking like that. I bet it's broken in the same way, but I will check it after the stream. Thank you so much for resubbing. Okay, so to continue with the story, we basically didn't really like talk to them or anything for a while, and then the red Kia starts showing up. And at that point, it was nothing for a while, but then we started like hearing noises at night. So we started hearing like yelling and screaming that just seemed really strange and out of place. And then the other thing is we would hear all of these noises with the garbage cans, right? Like in the middle of the night, we would hear like the garbage cans being messed with, if that makes sense, like being opened and gone through and things like that. It was really weird. And we didn't really think anything of it. And it escalated from there to, no, not ours, theirs. So they live very close to us, like close enough where we can hear what's going on. So it's theirs, in their driveway, being messed with at night. Yeah, not ours, thank God. Sorry, I didn't include that part. Yeah, it's theirs. So theirs is being messed with at night. And it was kind of waking us up a little bit, but we weren't like super duper concerned about it, you know? It was kind of like, whatever, a little bit.
Allow me.
Did I steal yet? Let me steal with Riku again. So it was waking us up a little bit, but not too bad. And from there, it escalated to like, in addition to the garbage can noises, we were starting to see flashlights. So the way that the houses are situated, their driveway is very close to like where our bedroom window is. And we would see like this flashlight, like every so often at night coming through our bedroom window. And it was very strange. And that was like waking us up seriously a lot. Okay.
Told ya!
So at that point, we started like, what the hell is going on? And what we were noticing is that it was happening on nights where this red Kia that I mentioned before was there overnight. Dang it, I almost pressed that at the right time. So that's when it was happening. And at first, like, the things are only happening at night, right? Like these noises, the flashlight, stuff like that. It's only happening at night, and it's waking us up. And it's not too bad at first. And we were kind of tolerating it, you know what I mean? And then there started being instances of this stuff during the day. And so we're able to hear a little bit about, oh, you ran away so goddamn fast. I should have stolen from you first. It has chocobo wings. I want them. So it started happening during the day, so then we could actually sort of kind of hear a little bit about what was going on with this situation. So what we come to find out is that these noises are coming from the person in the red Kia, and the person in the red Kia is their son. So it's the people that moved in's son. It's really strange because he's clearly outside at night, which doesn't really make much sense to us. Like, why is he not like in the house sleeping? Why is he outside at night? And why is he constantly going through garbage cans? It's very weird. And it keeps happening, and it escalates, right? Like he'll be there for a week, and we'll get our sleep interrupted over and over for a week, and then he'll go away. Like he'll be gone for like a couple weeks. And it's like, okay. And then essentially this would like go on and on and on, and the stays started getting longer to the point where he would be there for like weeks and weeks on end, and our sleep was getting super interrupted. We were like, okay, we're starting to think like, what do we do about this? And it's very frustrating. But remember, at the beginning of the story, I told you guys, this couple would not talk to us. We tried again to approach them and talk to them and be like, what the hell is going on? They still will not talk to us. So over the course of several months, we find out some different pieces of information. So in addition to this dude being their son, we overhear certain things that he says, and we start to figure out the reason that he's messing with the garbage cans every night is because that's where he keeps his drugs. And this dude is a heroin addict. So he's keeping his drugs inside the garbage can. He is a heroin addict, and he's there frequently because he has nowhere else to go. But there's some kind of weirdness going on because, like, his parents talk to him and they kind of act like they want him there, but kind of not. So what we gather is he is allowed in the driveway and that he's not allowed to come inside the house. Weird. Like, why is he not allowed inside the house? Do his parents not know the drugs are in the garbage can? Oh, we will get to that. At this point, we do not know if they don't know, because remember, they won't talk to us. So we don't know if they know. I mean, we know that they know he's an addict, but we don't know if they know, like, the specifics of, like, the drugs are in the garbage can. So again, oh god, we're so tall. We're too tolerant. We should have, like, acted on this, like, so sooner, which you'll see once I get to the end of this story. At this point, like, they won't talk to us. We're getting interrupted regularly at night, and we're, like, constantly discussing what to do. And it's, like, interrupting our sleep to the point that we're, like, starting to get really mentally affected. So we're gonna watch this cutscene, and then I'm gonna continue.
Good day.
Hi there.
Is it true? I heard that Maester Seymour and Lady Yuna are to be wed. It's such great news. I have to tell everyone.
Where'd you hear that?
From the Guado. They were all very excited.
Oh,
I'm afraid you heard a little wrong. Yuna's gonna turn him down.
Oh, really?
yep, no wedding.
I see. That's unfortunate. Well, I'm sure that people would have rejoiced all over Spira.
Too bad, Shalinda. Oh my gosh, Erica, that's true. I had totally forgotten that since it had been a while since you streamed, but you're totally right. Oh, let me do this for you. Here we go. I'm gonna play the subscription noise for you, because I can do like a test widget, and we'll just pretend this was you subscribing. Whoa, thank you so much for using your Twitch sub for me, Erica. Yes, Landon, I've got a little waving emote. Oh, it's so exciting. I love those things so much. These are... Oh, yours are super similar. You know, I think we might have got the same artist. They look really, really similar. I don't know. Oh, you're streaming tomorrow. Oh, okay, okay. I'll have to tune into that, definitely, especially if it's on your channel. Yes. Hell yeah. Okay, so back to the story. Oh, hey, Soda, you just came in at a juicy time in the story. We're about to get violent here, so strap in. It's gonna be fun. Did I already use her? Let's try it again. Okay, so this continues on for several months. Again, like, these people won't talk to us, so we're kind of like going, like, what do we do? What do we do? And we're trying to be like polite and violence. Some good old ultra violence. Not really ultra violence. It's actually very mild violence, but spoilers. Okay. So we're trying to be very polite and nice and all of these things, and so we're just talking amongst ourselves, like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Because we're not sleeping, and that's really, like, bothering us. So eventually, though, the situation becomes where it is very obvious what we need to do. Ooh, good overdrive mode. Because then, all of a sudden, in addition to the dude, the son, sleeping in the driveway, he starts having a girlfriend come around. So this girlfriend comes around, she's sleeping in the car in the driveway with him. She is participating in these nightly flashlight garbage can, you know, drug whatevers that they're doing. And it's extra loud. In addition to the loud disruptiveness that's interrupting our sleep, we start hearing the conversations that he's having with this girl. And this is where the problem really sets in. Okay. For whatever reason, I guess just because she's there, or maybe she really was doing this and he was telling the truth. I don't freaking know. But they would get into these arguments. Yeah, well, we couldn't because he never came on our property, so it was just noise complaints. Okay, so anytime someone called the cops, which people did, we didn't, but people did, like, they just come tell him to quiet down, and they quiet down, and you know, the same thing the next night, right? So it's pointless. So he's having these arguments with this girl, and the arguments will turn into like, he's searching through the garbage can, can't find his drugs, okay? And he accuses her of like stealing the drugs or taking all the drugs. Oh, I got it that time, hell yeah. Or, you know, whatever, okay? So he's very accusational towards her, and he says some things to her that are very violent, right? Like he's threatening her, like literally threatening her life, threatening to hurt her, things of that nature. And so that's when, because everyone in the neighborhood can hear them. My hand was off the controller, oh well. Everyone in the neighborhood can freaking hear them going on and on.
I hate needles!
Sorry, Riku. Everyone in the neighborhood can freaking hear them. So they're getting the cops called on them more and more and more, now that there's like violence happening. Also during this time, we learn from him, from the yelling and screaming that he does and all this mess, that he's not allowed to have guns because he has past convictions. So he has this knife collection, which that's great. That's great. So one of the things that we witness, for example, is when he's very angry, he opens all the doors to his car and starts stabbing the seat cushions. So that's great. So you can imagine like, you know, we hear him saying these things to this girl.
No problem.
We you know, he's disrupting us all hours of the night. Oh yes, I killed one. Disrupting us all hours of the night, and then we hear him being violent to this girl, and we hear him taking out his knife and stabbing his car and all of these things, okay? So we're getting very concerned. And we start, you know, in addition to other people in the neighborhood that have been doing this, we start calling in some of the noise complaints sometimes. Now, aside, for me, for those of y'all that do not know me very well, I'm not a huge fan of the cops. Most of the time, all they do is escalate situations. They don't actually help. That's just the truth. It's my experience, and it's a lot of people's experience, so, you know, fight me on it if you want, I guess. This is what my opinion is. I don't think you're really going to change it. So, that's why we took so long to call the cops. In addition to when we saw other people doing it, nothing really happened. But now we get involved in trying to help get the cops out here. Unfortunately, this girlfriend is never interested in taking any action, pressing charges, or anything like that, you know. She's very like, oh, it's whatever. You know, she's an addict for the record, too. So, of course, she doesn't want to make a big stink, obviously. So, this starts to happen not only at night, these violent yelling matches, they start to happen during the day. So, during the day now, they're getting the cops called on them. Not only from us, but from other neighbors and things like that. And there starts to be instances where, like, multiple cops show up and try to talk to this guy and things like that. So, there'll be, like, violent yelling, right? The cops will come.
I'm good, yeah?
And they'll talk to the mom and dad. And the thing is because this all happens on their property, they are considered the victims in this situation.
Out of my way!
Right? So if they don't want to press charges, there's unfortunately nothing that the cops can do. It really sucks, and it puts like the whole neighborhood at risk, and it's very frustrating. But that's essentially what happens, and that goes on for a while as well. You know, just like the previous thing went on for a while. And several times, like during this time, he had left the house, like he had moved his car, gone somewhere else. And we had thought like, oh, he's gone. He's gone, he's not coming back. Because sometimes he'd stay gone for a while. But then, you know, the cat came back, and he would come back. So, it never lasted. Okay, cutscene. And then we'll do some more story.
Whoa! That was a close one.
Stop kidding around.
Yes, ma'am. What's wrong?
You're giving me the creeps.
Oh, this is Riku's traumatic event. Well, I'm telling y'all about my traumatic event.
Hey, whoa!
I want to go home. I hate lightning. I hate thunder. Let's go rest over there. Please.
This storm never stops. Better to cross quickly.
I know, but just for a little while.
Well, what now?
Thank you for the host, Erica. I appreciate it.
Just a few minutes. I'm scared of lightning. Let's rest, please.
If you just stand here, they keep going. It's so funny.
I'm too young to die.
Girl, you're not gonna die. Calm down.
You're mean, cruel. Your moms would be ashamed of you. Are you having fun doing this to me?
Fine. We rest. She's worse than the storm.
Okay, thanks, Oren. You can approach her and stop that sooner, but I just think it's really funny watching them walk and walk and walk.
I'm a little tired.
Okay, Yuna, go have a nap.
Do you have a room available?
Then fire Z
Lady
missiles.
Summoner. Yes, just over that way. Thank you.
Yuna?
It's not like her.
No, something's bothering her. Arn called it.
Are you that scared?
When I was little, a fiend attacked me while I was swimming at the beach. My brother tried to beat it back with a spell. Ah! But he missed and hit me instead. It was a thunder spell.
Ouch.
I've been scared of lightning ever since.
But it can be effective. Magic is effective against marine fiends.
My brother said that too.
You should learn some spells too. Maybe later.
Yeah, maybe later.
Nice to see you again. Welcome to the Rin Travel Agency.
Thanks, Rin.
Oh.
Yuna looked preoccupied.
Yes, she did.
Was it because of Jiskel?
How goes your study of our language?
It's going okay.
That is good to hear. Allow me to present you with this book for your study.
Thanks. Ooh, got another rank there.
I wonder, would that be Sir Orin by any chance?
Yeah.
Ah, as I thought. I've been wondering since I saw him at the Meehan High Road branch.
Why are you doing this, like, pilgrimage with us, Rin? It's almost like
Sir
that.
Orin! I wonder if you remember me. 10 years ago, at the beginning of Lord Braska's calm.
Yes. I should thank you.
Not at all. I could not leave a wounded man to die.
What?
However, I was surprised when I saw you gone the next morning with that wound. An ordinary man would not have been able to walk.
I'd rather drop that subject, Rin.
What's going on there, Orin? You know what,
As
Irony?
you wish.
You know what, Irony? I told you about this. The answer's no.
It's not easy being a guardian to a summoner so young.
Yeah.
Yuna resting. Go away.
Whoa, don't be so harsh, Kimari.
I wonder what's wrong with Yuna.
I don't know. Lulu thinks it's Jiskel's fear. Oh, it sucks to be you.
What?
So sorry, Irony. They're my kids now. I got him doing chores. I told him to empty the litter box, so they're busy.
Whoa! Oi!
Yes?
Ow! Oh.
What was that, Yuna? Hiding something.
Well, it's nothing really. I just, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have come in.
Yeah, probably not, Titus. It's kind of rude.
Hey, wasn't that Jisco Guado guy?
The sphere is his will. It says, take care of my son.
Take care of.
Huh.
What does that mean?
His son, Seymour? Well, I know one way to take care of him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
Escape. Oh, he wants to watch the sphere. Titus, that's her privacy.
What do you think you're up to?
Yuna was acting funny.
Yeah. She'll tell us when she's ready, so hold your chocobos till then. Yeah.
All right.
Gosh, Titus.
Whatever happens, we're still Yuna's guardians.
Well, that's right.
Then let's just go on with the journey, huh?
Okay. Hey, Katie.
We're not through the Thunder Plains yet, so be prepared, all right?
I feel bad, you guys, Katie and Irony, y'all came in, you didn't hear the beginning of the story, but you'll still hear the end. Oh, I guess Kimari don't want to talk to me.
It's not stopping, is it?
Don't tell me you were hoping it would. Fine, stay here.
Thank you for the posture
already.
check, Salty.
But you didn't have to say it like that, you know.
He kind of
You
did.
could be more comforting or something. You know, try to cheer me up. You just don't get me at all, do you? Hey, are you listening? I'm not scared. I'm not scared, you hear?
Tell him, Riku. You're over it. Wow. Paparazzi. Alright. There's always like, it looks like there's something here on the ground, but like you can't pick it up. It's just a weird pixel, I think. Alright. So we're back on our Thunder Plains bullshit. Okay, so we can continue with the story. So, okay. At this point, we are at the culminating incident. So this is what finally happens. We have a situation where it's evening time, and somehow this dude's car has broken down. It's like out in the middle of the road, and he's in the road like trying to push it into the driveway. And he's yelling and screaming and grunting because he's trying to push his car into the driveway. I mean, that seems kind of obvious, right? He's frustrated because his car's broken, he's trying to push it into a driveway. Also remember, he's a serious heroin addict, so his brain is kind of like mashed potatoes. So, like, I don't think he even put it in neutral or anything.
So, how shall we do this?
So, oh, I'm glad you like it, Katie. So, we see him struggling. So, this is the first time we've gotten a really good, like, solid look at him, because he's standing there trying to push his car for a while. And he is, like, so freaking skinny, y'all. Like, I can see why his mom and dad tried to, like, keep him close, because I think he was so far gone that he was, like, not eating. Like that's the kind of like addict that he looked like. Very sad, very tragic. So I am at a vantage point where like I'm looking out the window at this situation. And I can see him doing this and pushing his car and not being able to and like failing at it. And he starts like yelling and screaming and getting like really upset about it. And remember, I told you when he gets upset, one of the things that he does is he goes and gets one of his knives from his knife collection and starts stabbing the seats of his car. He gets his knife and he starts stabbing the seats. He starts yelling and screaming and cursing and like just like cutting up like all over the place. Really bad, really disruptive. And this is like evening time, like bedtime basically for most people. And so I kind of watch the situation, and then like neighbors start coming out to watch the situation. Because like it's bedtime, but it's not late enough where people are actually like in bed yet, you know what I mean? So they start coming out and watching the situation. And one of the neighbors starts to get into it with him. Like starts to like give him a piece of his mind. Like, dude, you're out here all the time, every evening, hollering, yelling, and screaming at whatever, at that girl, da-da-da-da-da. It's keeping us up at night. It's disrupting us. Just like starts like laying into him with all the complaints, right? Because we can all hear him. Like the whole neighborhood can hear him. That's how loud he is at night. And just like laying into him, telling him all the things that like we had known he was been doing, and now we see like, okay, well, every single neighbor knows because this guy's like yelling and screaming at him all this stuff that we know. And of course, the dude is frustrated because his car won't go. And then the neighbor starts yelling at him. And he's got the knife. The thing is, the neighbor that's yelling at him does not know that he has the knife because like the car is in between them, right? So he's on one side and the neighbor is on the other side of the car. So the dude takes the knife and goes around the car to yell back at the neighbor more. And then I was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Because I'm watching this all out the window. So I pick up my phone and I call the cops. And I was like, hey, two neighbors are having an altercation. One of them is a heroin addict and he has a knife. And I don't know what's going to happen, but I can see the knife and I don't think the neighbor knows he has a knife. And so they send the cops out. While we're waiting for the cops to come out, I go and I tell my husband, like, this is what happened. And the reason why I tell him is because for those of you guys that don't know, my husband is like over 6 foot tall, very broad. He's big.
Please don't make it wrong.
So he has the special power of being able to diffuse a lot of situations before they get bad just from his mere presence. So he goes outside, gets the guy basically to pay attention to him instead of the neighbor that's yelling at him. And this causes the addict dude to put his knife away and to calm down a little bit. And then my husband helps him push his car back into the driveway, which was the original thing that had him all upset. Luckily, eventually the cops show up and they start talking to him. Oh yeah, it's a wonderful special power. So the cops show up, they start talking to him. They get him calmed down. They handcuff him at first, right? Because he's like delirious. Remember, he has mashed potato brain. On top of he's angry right now because everything that's just happened. So they have him handcuffed. They eventually get him calmed down. And then they talk to the mom and the dad. So he never went on anyone else's property, okay? He stayed in the driveway or in the road, okay? So they get our story, they get the neighbor that was in the argument with them story, and then they talk to the parents and they get their story. And the parents are really the only ones that can do anything in this situation because he didn't actually do anything to anyone except for potentially be living in their driveway when he wasn't supposed to. So they're like, no, it's okay. And So he promises to be quiet and all this stuff, and basically goes on his merry way. So that was the first, like, really big altercation with this guy. Of course, this doesn't stop. This doesn't freaking stop. There continues to be more of these incidents where, like, in the middle of the day, he gets into these yelling matches with neighbors and with the girl who continues to come over. And after talking with the cops that night, we learn that they are very well aware of him and that they have been trying to do something about it because they know he's not really supposed to be there. But every time they ask the mom if he's allowed, she says, yes, he's allowed. So then again, it turns into nothing they can do. So we keep calling the cops every time. Every single time. And eventually, after multiple of these altercations, we find out that another relative,
I'm fine.
so his mom's sister, dang it, why'd you kill her again? His mom's sister lives around the corner. And we learned the tea. We learned the tea. So it turns out, this couple that lives at this house partially moved, came here to get away from him. Because all this son will do is come around and use them, and the mom doesn't have the heart to say, like, you can't come here anymore, go away. So they moved partially to get away from him so that they wouldn't be doing this anymore. Also, the mom had told her sister, yeah, it's her baby, so exactly, this is a tough situation for her. So the mom had told the sister that he was not allowed to be coming by the house anymore. But the mom tells the cops that he is allowed to be at the house. So there's two different stories that this lady is given out about whether he's actually allowed to be there or not be there. Oh my god, stop killing my people! And eventually there continues and continues and continues to be instances of times that he's getting into it with this girl, that he's getting into it with neighbors, things of that nature, until eventually the cops catch him as he's leaving the neighborhood. He's not at the house anymore. And they find enough drugs on him to arrest him. Finally arrest him. And the lucky thing about this is that when they finally freaking do, the mom and dad, it turns out, according to the sister, are gone on vacation because they needed a break from him. So they had left town to go on vacation so that they wouldn't have to deal with him for a little while. And this is when he finally gets arrested, gets caught with something and arrested. And then at that time, we were really nervous that he was going to come back because we were like, the mom and dad's going to come back from their vacation, they're just going to bail him out. Well, turns out during all of this situation, so here, I'm kind of trying to like remember exactly the sequence of events. Okay, so they found him outside the neighborhood. And I think actually, now that I think about it, they had let him go at that point and told him, like, don't come by this house anymore until we can talk to your mom and dad. But what he does is, while we're talking to the cops, I forgot this part, but now I remember. He came back around the back of the house during like the maybe 15 minutes that we were talking to the cops. And he starts going through those garbage cans. So Levi, he says to the cops, he goes, he's back, he's here. And the cops are like, no, he's not. We told him not to come back here until after his mom got back so that we could talk to her. And he's like, no, he's in the garbage cans. That's where he keeps his drugs, and I can hear the garbage cans. The cops go around the corner to that house. Guess who's there? Rooting through the garbage cans. They cuff him again. And start talking to him about what the hell is going on. You can't come back to the house. We told you this, da-da-da-da. And this is how he got arrested. I'm remembering now. He took a swing at one of the cops. Lunged at them, and That's how he got arrested. Okay, so he lunged at the cops, got like for real arrested, taken away, and when the parents came back, they could not bail him out because the bail was so high because he took a swing at the cops. So, yes, he knew the sounds. So after like having all these altercations with the cops and getting handcuffed over and over and over, and basically almost getting arrested, that's what actually got him taken away to where they couldn't get him out of jail. What happened after that? The truth is, that was like way over a year ago now, because this was all pre-pandemic. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to know. I have not seen the red Kia anymore. I have not seen his skinny butt anymore. I have no idea what happened to him, but I know he's gone. I know he's gone. And that is all I really need to know. But let me tell you, the months and months and months of like not sleeping right because of his flashlight, because of his garbage can sounds, because of like hearing him scream at this girl. Y'all, you don't think like someone else's mess, like some neighbor's mess is gonna mess with you, but it was freaking traumatic. Like, it was freaking traumatic. Like, he never pulled a knife on me or anything. Like, I never got into an altercation with him. Thank God. But watching him get into these altercations with this woman and thinking, like, I'm about to witness a domestic, like, right here in front of me. That was freaking traumatic. And it really affected us to the point, like, where we were thinking for a while, like, we have to move. We can't figure out how to get rid of this guy. We have to move. Because remember, there's multiple of these altercations, and the mom keeps saying, like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. You know, I don't want to press charges. I don't want to press charges, you know? So it's just like the whole neighborhood is basically getting tortured because she can't, you know, she can't control her son, and she can't bear, you know, having him arrested, which I understand. You know, I don't know what the hell I would do in that situation. That's freaking awful. But that is some adult Karen traumatic event right now. And I have to say also, I have no issues with drugs. Even hard drugs like heroin is like really, really true. I really have no issues. Most addicts, in my experience, don't bother nobody. They really don't. They don't hurt anybody. They don't do anything. They just do their drugs and chill, you know? This is the one and only time in my whole life that I have ever experienced an addict that actually, like, was violent like this. It was very shocking. It was very shocking. And I can only think that it was, you know, because it was such a hard drug, and he clearly had some trauma outside of the drugs. So some other drama that's kind of unrelated, so I didn't share it at the time, that we found out, like, from the sister, is he's adopted, and he did not have a good childhood before the adoption, you know, and some things of that nature. There's all that going on. What about the rotten roof? The roof is still rotten. Jane, the roof is still rotten, and they still won't talk to us. The roof is still rotten, and they still won't talk to us. Since this whole ordeal, we have talked to them a total of one time ever. And this was after they had come back from this trip to avoid the dude, right? The father, not the mother, the father came over and gave us this very strange, like, half apology. Like, he apologized for the situation and for the months that we dealt with his noise and all of this stuff. But then there was, like, all these lies sprinkled in the apology, like how we had no idea it was affecting the whole neighborhood. We didn't understand the issues going on with this girlfriend. We also found out during that apology that the girlfriend was actually his ex-wife that he had divorced because she was crazy and violent too. You know, it's like that. So, you know, it was very strange. So, it was a very awkward conversation. And like I said, it was kind of like a half apology. Because, like, he did apologize and he seemed sincere. But it almost felt like he was doing it because, like, he had to, and because he was embarrassed and was trying to, like, you know, exercise some of that from himself. Because the impression that we always got from the conversations that we overheard was that the mom was really the main reason that this dude was constantly around. Like, the dad was okay with kicking him to the curb, but mom was not. That's the impression from the conversations we overheard. They didn't tell us that. His embarrassment is always sincere. I mean, if you say so, Jane, if you say so. I mean, we accepted the apology. It's whatever. You know, I don't have any ill will towards anybody. I just think they're kind of weirdos. But that's the one and only conversation we've ever had with this guy, was that one apology conversation. It was very awkward, very strange, and never talked to them since. So to this day, that part of their roof is rotted and it's covered up with a board, so they don't know. We're the only ones that know, because we're the only ones in the neighborhood with that particular vantage point to where we can see what those previous owners did. So, so yeah, that part of the story I only put in there so that y'all would understand, like, why we never went and, like, tried to talk to them about this. Because our attempts, like, since they moved in, our attempts were in vain. They wouldn't talk to us about even, like, the most mundane shit.
Everyone, wait.
What's up?
I have something to tell you.
Here?
We're almost out of here. Let's go.
I have to say it now.
Over there.
The Rot Keepers. Jane, that's funny. They don't know, though. They don't know. Because you can't see it because they covered it up.
Somehow, my bad feelings always come true.
I've decided to marry.
Shh.
I thought so.
Don't tell my secrets, Jane. Oh, Titus, that means you lied to that lady.
But why? Why'd you change your mind?
For Spira's future and Yevon's unity. I thought it would be the best thing to do.
That's not good enough.
Wait, is it? Is it because of Lord Jiskel?
Hey, that's Sphere!
Show me.
I can't. I must speak to Maester Seymour first. I truly am sorry, but it is a personal matter.
You're kidding, huh?
You know, let them help you.
I'm sorry.
Just one thing.
Don't be so
I
prideful.
won't quit my pilgrimage.
Then it is fine.
Wait a minute, Orin. You don't care? I mean, you're not gonna stop her?
No, I'm not. As long as she is willing to face sin, all else is her concern. That is a summoner's privilege, as long as she journeys.
But that's...
Me too, Titus. I agree.
Yuna, just one question. Can't you just talk to Maester Seymour? You got to marry him?
Don't know. But I think it is the right thing to do.
Okay, I guess.
Uni. Quiet!
That's growth, Riku.
I wish we could
Good
help
job.
somehow. Some way.
It's okay. I'll be fine.
She says I'm sorry. He says it's fine. She's willing to face sin. She's privileged. I didn't understand. But somehow, I felt like I didn't belong. But if I didn't belong with them, I'd be stuck in Spira, alone. And being alone in that place, well, I didn't want to think about it.
Next, we're going to Makalania Temple. Yuna can talk with Seymour there. We Guardians will wait until they're done and plan our next move. Understood?
Yes. Okay, Orin. I guess that's what we'll do. Hey, MS Paint or Miss Paint? Tell me which one it is. MS Paint or Miss Paint. Randos are always welcome here. Oh my gosh, I love this game. This is literally my favorite Final Fantasy game of all time. MS Paint abbreviated. Okay. So Miss Paint. Got it. If I said that wrong, correct me again. Yeah, randos are welcome here. This is my favorite Final Fantasy game, which is why I chose to play it on stream, because I wanted to share it with all my friends, so that they would see the glory of this game too. It's got the best story. It's got the best story out of all the Final Fantasies. You've come in on a very interesting stream as far as... Oh no, MS Paint. Okay, I got you. I got you. Thank you. You've come in on a very interesting stream because there's so many like random battles through here. I decided to kind of turn this into a story time. And so you missed like an old story, but I'm gonna probably talk when we go through Makalania about some of the stuff that's been going on with me lately. I've had a very eventful week, y'all. I've had a very freaking eventful week. But I wanted to share this particular story about like an old trauma that happened, you know, the one that I just told. Basically because I felt like thematically it was the right time. You know, in this particular part of the game where Riku shares with us her trauma, I was like, oh, let me share a little bit of trauma with everybody. I don't know, is that messed up? Is that messed up? And then Jane giving away my secrets that I rehearsed. Okay, y'all, I don't rehearse my streams exactly. Like, I don't sit and like practice what I'm gonna say, but I definitely like time myself. I definitely like play about 2 hours of the game and time myself so I know about how long the chunks are that I'm gonna be doing. Oh my god, I should have healed my people before I fought. I'm just gonna run away. So I kind of know about how long each section is going to take. So I kind of sort of knew, like, okay, I'm going to tell this part of the story here, and then we're going to get to this cutscene, and then I'll tell this much, and then we'll get to this cutscene. So, like, I mean, I didn't, like, rehearse, but I knew some vague timings. So that's how I was able to do that so, like, you know, chunked out with the cutscenes. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, MS Paint. Really, really appreciate that. You okay, Riri? My puppy's in here. My puppy's in here. Hey, girl. She looks like she's trying to get comfortable. Okay. Let's kill these guys. No, it's not weird. We all relate to media in different ways. I agree. I agree. I love Riku. She's one of my favorite characters in this game, you know what I mean? Something that I'm constantly calling attention to. I'm trying to do, like, no spoilers, right? No spoilers. For those that have not played this game before and want to watch. Oh no, she's out of magic. But there's so many parallels in this game between, like, Waka and Riku and how they react to Titus and how they behave. And I'm constantly calling that out because I just love them. I think they're like so well-tailored characters. They make like absolutely amazing support characters for this game, and I just think it's like some of the best character writing that you've got in a Final Fantasy. And to me, that is like really magical. I love it. Trying to talk. Don't stop talking during the battles, Karen. You don't want to share your money with the video game developers. When I upload these to YouTube, sometimes they pop up with like a copyright claim, like that I'm gonna share revenue with the copyright holder of the battle song. It's only ever the battle song, because I don't talk during the cutscenes. Oh, that makes sense, MS. All right, Orin, what you got for me?
You're worried about Yuna.
Aren't you?
Of course I'm worried about her. What is she thinking?
The simplest answer would be, in exchange for agreeing to marry him, she hopes to negotiate with Seymour.
Negotiate what?
I wonder.
What? All by herself?
She's strong, but Seymour is the better negotiator.
Well then, why don't we do something about it?
Yuna wants it this way.
I just don't get it. Doesn't she trust us?
On the contrary, she doesn't want us caught up in whatever it is she's planning.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But that makes me worry even more. She could just tell us.
That's the way she is. She's naive, serious to a fault, and doesn't ask for help.
You're probably right.
Yuna's easy to read.
Yeah, she is.
But hard to guard. Stand by her. Always.
Some wisdom from Orin. All right.
Slowpokes!
Yeah, you say that. You didn't want to go through the Thunder Plains.
It's funny how calm I was. Maybe it was because I'd realized that Yuna wasn't marrying Seymour for love. Not really. It was just her duty. Something she had to do before returning to her pilgrimage. That's what I kept telling myself anyway. And well, maybe. I realized that Yuna and I'd never, you know. Yuna, let's go.
Right, Makalania Woods. Easily hyped. Katie, we love that you're easily hyped. Okay, we got so many sphere grid things to do. Let's also switch our equipment. We're not there in the lightning area anymore. So we don't need all this lightning stuff. Let's put on something a little bit better for everybody. We don't need lightning ward on everybody. Let's give her some confuse ward. She's very annoying when she's confused. Oh, she doesn't have anything. I guess I gotta buy something else for her. Y'all, it gives me such joy when I see y'all use those emojis. I love it so much. Yeah, get her back some stone proof. No, that's fine for him. Okay, and let's also do our spear grid. Holy crap! We have so many spheres, y'all! So many spheres! Let's level up our people. First, let's move here so I can get that. Orin's face is a mood. Man, I love Orin. Zaddy Orin. Alright, let's get these guys. Orin in general is a mood, for real. Sometimes people say they're like annoyed with edgelord characters and things like that, but you know what? Not Orin. He is just like the epitome of cool. There's no way to dislike Orin. I swear. He's just like the awesome sauce. Okay. I think I'm gonna take... we'll actually get that far, probably. If not today, next week. I think I'm gonna take Mari over to Waka's area and get him Waka's skills. Yeah, Waka's skills. I think that's what I'm gonna do with him. That makes sense to me. A lot of times I've taken him down Riku's path, but like, I don't know, that always feels so useless because I end up at this spot where I can do that very close to when you get Riku. But I think it would be more useful if we had two people with some of Waka's skills than two people with some of Riku's skills. You know what I mean? That feels like more... that feels more useful to me. Because Waka has some bomb-ass stuff. With, like, being able to get darkness and silence onto people and things like that. Plus, like, Kimahri has the piercing weapons. If we could get that on someone with piercing weapons, I think that would be awesome. Yes, this is standard Sphere Grid. So this is the remake, the HD remake. But I did standard Sphere Grid, and I did the old music. The new music doesn't hit the same. It's not right. New music's not right. So we have the old music going. So prime nostalgia fuel. Yeah, well, like, so I'll give you an example, you know, because we already did this fight. We were doing no spoilers, but I'll talk about one we already did. But that fight where you actually get to, like, have Seymour in your party, the new version of that song, I can't stand it. But the old version, like, is amazing. So that's one of the reasons that I still like to use the old one. Like, that song in particular, I think is, like, really cool. And the new version just doesn't hit right, you know? It doesn't hit right. Oh, she got luck! She got luck! Oh yeah! The Besaid theme. Do you think the Besaid theme is better in the new orchestration? I don't know, man. This game is like, this is the only Final Fantasy game that I've beaten multiple times. So it is very, very nostalgic for me. I think it was in high school when it came out, or something like that, close to around there. I don't remember exactly. But since then, like, I've played it, you know, so many times. Like, probably every, I don't know, four years or so. Do, like, a playthrough where I beat it. I think the old's a little better. Yeah, so even, like, any of the songs that might be objectively better, I just love the old ones. Darkbuster, nice! Where are you going, Titus? You're going up here. Nostalgia is stronger sometimes. That's true. Yeah, sometimes it's, you know, there probably are songs that I would like more if I had heard them the new way first. Because I heard them the old way over and over and over so many times, like, it doesn't matter anymore. The nostalgia overrides any actual, you know, difference of taste that I might have. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. For sure. And the nostalgia is strong with this game. Oh, she's gonna get a new ability. What's this? Cura! Oh, finally she gets some Cura. Okay, was that the last one? Yes, that's the last one. Okay. Let's get some potions going. People aren't in the yellow anymore. Okay. Can I go this way? I think I have to go the other way. Yeah.
Lady Yuna, it is good to see you made it through safely. And, if I may, congratulations on your betrothal.
Can't say no this time, Titus.
Maester Seymour's people are expecting you. Take that road to go to Makalania Temple.
Okay. If I can't go that way, I gotta go this way. Alright. So, I guess what we can do while we fight the monsters here... Oh, I think there was a chest back there. Is there a chest back there? I thought there was. Maybe not. I thought there was a chest, like, sort of towards the beginning here that's kind of, like, hidden out of view, but now I can't remember exactly where it is. Anyways, it don't matter. It don't matter that much. Oh, Chimera already! Holy crap, I can lance it from him. But let's get his HP down first. We can get Kimahri a new Ronso Rage. There we go. Aqua Breath, so now he's got a water-based one as well. That is awesome! Okay. Let's steal. Definitely want those Arctic Winds. We can use those for our Aeon. Oh no, I don't want Waka yet, because he's got the one thing. Let's do Kimahri first. Alright, so I guess I can update y'all a little bit on what's going on with me. Those of you guys that are in my roleplay, of course you already know, because I've been giving you updates, but I want to tell everybody, because like, this is information that needs to be out there. It's like, you know, the more stories that we can share with this, the better, because we are not out of the woods yet with this whole situation. So obviously, by that, you know about talk about some COVID. About talk about some COVID. So, I guess I'll kind of start with me first. I am presumed positive. I have the COVID right now. I technically tested negative. However, I'm presumed positive. Because everybody in my house freaking has it. So here's what happened. Weekend before last. I'm gonna tell you in the order, not that things happened, but in the order that I learned of them. Weekend before last, my roommate, who works out at a gas station on the beach, started complaining of like an issue with his nose and a sore throat. And he didn't really think too much of it because it was nice out for the first day in a long time. So of course your thought first goes to, oh, there's pollen, right? There's pollen, that's what it is. Also, y'all know this part, but you know, those cats, oh, there's the hidden chest. Those cats came inside that we've been playing with outside, you know? Coke and CJ, we got Coke and CJ, so we doubled our cat population. We still haven't decided exactly what's happening with those cats, by the way. We're still keeping them for now. So, you know, he's thinking like these things together, we're probably having some allergy issues, right? So this continues for... Oh, the Chimera? Oh yeah, Kendra's not here, so we're not really playing Smash or Pass. But yeah, Chimera definitely Smash, I agree. Pass on everything else so far, but Smash the Chimera. So... This is what we're thinking, right? This is why he's having a sore throat. He doesn't have any kind of fever. He can still taste and smell. You know what I mean? So like, covered. We're not thinking anything of it. Oh no, that's right, he has water on his thing. Oops. So we're not really thinking anything of it. Well, this progresses until this past weekend. So this past weekend, he starts experiencing a sore throat, a dry throat, and a dry cough. So much so that he's having trouble speaking sometimes. Like, he's losing his voice, like, over and over, right? And we start harassing him. Like, dude, you need to go to the doctor, you need to get checked out. He's like, why? It's just a sore throat. It's just a sore throat. It's just a sore throat. I don't know, man. Everything going on right now. You should still go get checked out. Is Delicious cooking? He's delicious. No, Levi's the cook. Levi's the cook. That's my husband. Levi's the cook. Jeff, the roommate, is not the cook. So we're telling Jeff, like, you need to go get checked out. Like, I know that you don't think it's anything. It's just a sore throat, but like, you need to go get checked out. Well, this progresses. And like, sometimes he's better than other times. Like, it kind of comes and goes when he's sounding really bad. Or when he's like, seems like he's struggling. Until Tuesday night, when all of a sudden, like, he can't even, like, eat his dinner. Can't even eat his dinner because he can barely breathe. Like, because he tries to take a breath and then take a bite, but he's not getting enough oxygen to actually, like, do that. Because obviously you can't breathe and eat at the same time. Duh. So he's, like, struggling with that. And so me and my husband, Levi, we kind of do a little eye communication, right? A little silent eye communication across the table. Like looking at each other like... you know? And, so we do that for a few minutes, and then Levi goes like, I don't care what you say, dude, you're going to the doctor. You're not waiting till tomorrow, you're not putting this off, you're going now. So he goes, okay, I'll go then. So he drives to the doctor, gets tested, gets checked out. Guess what? He has the COVID. So this is Tuesday night, and I'm like, of course, sitting there like, well, you know what that means? Like, I need to know now if I have the COVID. Oh my gosh, this battle's taking forever. So I dragged my husband to the doctor too, like that night, to get us tested for the COVID. And it took a while. Like, they did a quick test, you know, it was only like 15-minute test, but still, like, you know, waiting and everything, it took a while. So we're there for probably over an hour. And his test comes back positive, and my test comes back negative. I meant to get Lulu. But they're telling me, like, they're asking me questions like, well, do you guys eat dinner together? How much time do you spend around each other? You know, da-da-da-da. And we're like, yeah, we live together, we eat dinner together every night, we hang out every night, you know, da-da-da-da. And he's like, okay, well, like, I don't know how you don't have it.
That was too close.
So he's like, I know you tested negative, but you're presumed positive too. Okay. Now, this whole time, it is still only Jeff that has had any symptoms. Levi and I are fine. We still have had no symptoms, which is crazy because you could have had it before without knowing it had antibodies. I mean, I guess so. But again, like, we all live together, so like, if one of us has it, like, all three of us would have it. You'll see why I'm saying, like, sure, but probably not in a second. So how do I, like, explain this next part? This is fresh. Oh, I didn't mean to kill him so fast. Oops. Okay. So they send Jeff home. They give him a shot in the ass with some steroids. And they send him home, and they're like, you're gonna be fine, just rest. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Erica. Like, that's basically what the doctor, like, he's like, your test came back negative, but I think you have it. Like, he made it sound like if he tested me again, then I would come back positive. Like, there's no freaking way. That it was just a straight up false negative because I'm having, you know, no symptoms. It's just not possible. You know, when you eat dinner together with somebody every night, like, you're gonna get it. I don't think that's what happened, MS Paint. You'll see why. So, okay. Last night, sorry, this is very fresh, so it's just hard. It's a little bit harder than the other story for me to, like, get together my thoughts on it, you know what I mean? The other story happened over a year ago. I've had plenty of time to process. This, not so much. Sorry. Those are probably sounded really weird in the microphone. So last night, basically, okay, this is what happened. The next morning, after the diagnosis, we realized, like, Jeff was getting up every few hours to go to the bathroom. And then yesterday morning we realized we had not heard him do that in several hours. And we decided to go check on him. We can still hear him breathing, so he's sleeping. But it turns out that he didn't ever make it up into his bed. He was too weak to get into the bed, and we found him face down on the floor. And we tried to wake him up, and we get him awake, and he can't respond to us. Like, we're trying to talk to him and he can't respond. So we're like, Jeff, are you okay? Jeff, what's happening? Jeff, what's up? Are you okay? And he can't respond. Like, we just hear this, like, noise. Like, that's the most he can do. And we don't know what's going on. He's completely delirious. he doesn't seem to know what's going on, and so we start to panic. All right, we'll pause here. This is traumatic for Barthelo.
Have you seen Donna?
Donna? Can't say I have.
What's up?
We got separated on the way here. Damn it all! I've got to find her!
Calm down.
But if anything happens to her...
Running around in a panic is not going to help. Right now, you have to keep cool and search.
But...
Guard your emotions, then guard your summoner.
You're right.
Shall we search?
No, I've taken up enough of your time.
Got this, Barthelo.
Thank you, Sir Aaron.
What's up?
Oh, I just wanted to wish him good luck.
Well, that's nice of her. Okay. So, we're trying to get him to respond. He is not responding. He can't get up. Like, he keeps, like, kind of trying to get up. He can't really. And, like, I could tell that he had been struggling for a while because in front of him he had knocked over a Powerade. Which was another super shocking thing to see because it was a red Powerade. So it's bright red, so it's nothing, but of course you walk in face down on the floor, you see red, like, in front of the person by their mouth. It's kind of like, what? But it wasn't that, it was Powerade. So, finally, like, because Levi, my husband's asking him over and over, like, do you want an ambulance, 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 are you okay, are you okay? And finally, we get, like, the weakest nod I have ever seen to the question of, do you want an ambulance? We call an ambulance for him. I mean, I've called 911 before, but this is the first time I've ever called it in a legit emergency. So it was kind of scary. They were telling us all the stuff to do. They were telling us, like, we're sending somebody, do not touch him or try to move him. If you have animals, put them in a room away, because they're gonna, you know, open the door to try to get him out, you know, and to treat him and all this stuff. So after that, we start running around the house wrangling animals. We move the car out the driveway so the ambulance can get in, you know, all this sort of stuff. He's gonna explain a little minigame to us that we're not gonna play right now. We might come back later and play this minigame.
A butterfly with rainbow wings will lead the way to secret things.
Okay. I know how to play the game, but we're not going to do it right now. Okay. So, ambulance gets here. They tell us his oxygen levels are actually great. That's not the problem. But the reason why he's acting so delirious and why he can't get up and all these things is because his blood pressure is too low. Which I don't know if you don't know what that means, like, that is very, very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. Basically means, like, his heart is not getting blood around to his body. So we're like, okay. So they take him to the hospital, like the big hospital. And we, of course, cannot follow him or go because, remember, we just got tested for COVID the previous night. Levi tested positive, and I am presumed positive. We cannot go into a hospital. Courtesy of Salty for that hydrate. So we're just kind of like, basically, we're just kind of like, don't really know what to do. We start calling everybody to let them know what happened. Luckily, he has a relative who is local, who was able to go up to the hospital and, like, harass them for information. Because, like, you better believe I tried calling, and it did not work. You know, HIPAA and everything. They wouldn't tell me anything over the phone. they're like, we can't give any details over the phone to anybody. Okay. Okay. We don't know anything. We're just waiting around. Well, eventually, we're able to find out some more information. And, gosh, this is so crazy, y'all. This is the thing with COVID. Like, it can cause anything. It can cause anything. Okay? Like, it can make your body react in all kinds of crazy ways. It is ridiculous. So, let me tell you, we eventually find out what made him, like, so delirious and crazy and why he was having such a horrible reaction to the COVID. The boy has sepsis. He got sepsis from COVID. COVID's been giving people all sorts of autoimmune issues. Right, like, it is insane, okay? It's insane. Yeah, so, like, I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. So, he is in the hospital right now, still, because this was literally just the other day. He's through the sepsis right now. Oh my god. But it was really touch and go right there for a little bit. And we had no idea what to expect. He's still not, they're like weaning him off of his antibiotics though, and they're weaning him off of his sedation. So that basically means like he's out of the woods. Like he's gonna be fine, but he just has to finish recovering. But like, oh, y'all, I'm so angry because like, here's the thing. I feel like as soon as they started passing out vaccines, all of a sudden, all of these like politicians and people that are like of that persuasion and things like that started acting like this was all over. And it's not. Y'all, it's not over. And I don't understand. I don't understand why, like, people are out here thinking that, like, just because some old people have been able to get vaccinated, that means we're all safe. Like, we're not. We're not. So in all the people that we've updated and had these conversations with and, you know, kept up with, you know, figuring out what's going on with him, we pieced together a timeline of, like, when it was 80 degrees 2 weekends ago, they had, like, all these people come into the store with no masks because it was nice outside, so of course they were all going out and about. And we're pretty sure that that's when he got it. Like, they had a very busy day at the store, and he interacted with a lot of people that didn't have a mask on. And we're pretty sure that's how it got passed to him. And I just don't understand. I don't understand how people can, like, not take this seriously. I mean, like, intellectually I do, you know, so you don't need to explain it to me, like, I know. But I also don't, like, I don't know what that feels like. To be like, it's not affecting me. I'm fine. I'm young and healthy. If I get COVID, I'm gonna be good to go. And so do you just go around maskless as if, like, other people don't exist and don't matter? I just can't. I can't understand, like, how these people live that they think these things. That they think, like, so little of other people, that they think more about their, like, tiny level of comfort with not having a mask over other people having these serious complications. Yeah, I know they think they're invincible, Erica. I know that. But I don't understand why that matters. I don't understand why that matters. Okay? Because here's the deal. If he got it on that weekend when it was so nice and sunny, and probably I got it a few days after that, you know, at minimum, because I don't see how he could have had it and me not get it for a long time. Like, I mean, we had dinner together every night. Like, there's no way. There's no way. So, You know, and I mean, I guess I am invincible because I have no symptoms. Like, I feel literally perfectly normal. No issues whatsoever. And, you know, I just don't understand. Just don't understand, like, how somebody can just, like, not think about other people so much. It blows my freaking mind. Like, I could not live with myself if I had an opportunity to not pass it to someone else and I missed that opportunity and they were hurt. Like, I just couldn't, you know? I just couldn't. Like, if I knew I got somebody so sick or I got somebody killed, like, I don't even know. I don't even know how I could live with myself. And so I just don't understand how people can go around acting like this. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. About how long it took for your symptoms to show up after exposure. Yeah, so if I was exposed weekend before last, like, I don't think I'm gonna have any symptoms. Like, I think I'm gonna be fine the whole time. Because I really do think that I've had it since, like, early last week. So, like, and that just goes to show that, like, different people have completely different levels of symptoms, right? Like, he got, like, my roommate got, like, sepsis and, you know, could have been really seriously hurt. And me and Levi were fine. No symptoms whatsoever. We are good to go. So I don't know. Like, and this is not a unique experience, I don't think. Plenty of other people have had similar experiences to me in this regard. And, like, I don't know. I look at this and I'm like, how can this not be politically inspiring for you? Like, when you have this experience and then you see, like, our politicians and people out there acting like it's no big deal and acting like, oh, we don't need mask mandates anymore and it's all gonna be fine and y'all, we're almost done with this and da-da-da, like, or, you know, like, stuff like that. I just don't get it. I just don't get how you cannot be, like, ready, you know, to try to fix this. Like, I'm gonna tell you, what is it we're getting, 1400? Man, y'all, I'm gonna build the nicest guillotine. Let me just say, nobody clip that, please. My roomie, who was younger than me and had no pre-existing conditions, had a harder time with COVID than I did. Yeah, I believe it. I mean, the doctor, when we went and, like, he was explaining to us, like, what we needed to do now that we knew we had it and all this stuff, like, he was, like, really non-committal. Like, not really willing to be specific with us on anything like that because he was like, I have seen everything. He's like, I have seen healthy people struggle. I have seen, you know, 80-year-olds with a gajillion different conditions be totally fine. You know, he's like, it is random. It is random and we don't know. So if you start having lung issues, come back. Like, that's basically what he told us. You might be perfectly fine, you might not. Like, he had no clue and he was not willing to commit one way or the other to anything. Actually, I don't think I'm going to get a battle again. Yeah, about to be a no. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. There's a come here. There's a primer. Pick it up, girl. Pick it up. There we go. Thank you, Titus. I didn't mean to call you a girl. I was really talking to myself.
Welcome.
Thanks a lot.
Holiday prices on all items in celebration of Maester Seymour Guado's wedding.
Oh, that's cool. Got any weapons? Do we have anything I want? No, but I think I want to buy... No, that's all good.
Too expensive, you think?
Yeah, of course it's too expensive, too pricey. I don't make
How
them lower
about this?
prices, that's why I said that. I think I'm gonna buy some more potions and stuff, though.
go with these prices for a walk.
Okay, that sounds good. Let's sphere grid. Let's sphere grid before we end today. So y'all, that has been my situation this week. That's been my situation this week. It's been a roller coaster. We're not even sure at this point. We got drained, nice. We're not even sure at this point when Jeff's going to be able to come home. I assume now that he's kind of out of the woods and doing better, that it's going to be like, you know, when he stops testing positive for COVID, they'll let him come home, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you what, one of the most traumatizing scenes I have ever seen was what he looked like on that floor. If you have ever had to, like, call an ambulance for a legit emergency like that, oh my god, I feel for you. That was horrible. I never want to experience anything like that again, my god. He's not, so Erica, he can't even get into the ICU. He can't even get into the ICU because all the beds are full. He's still in the emergency room even though he's not emergency status anymore. They've been trying to move him to the ICU since this morning, and there's no beds open because they're so freaking packed down there in the ICU. Oh, slow. That's nice. He got slow. Okay. When my son had a positive COVID case, nobody else in the house got it, even though I shared drink cups with him and his siblings. It was just him. If it does what it wants. Holy crap. Yes, it does, Katie. That is insane. You dodged a bullet, though. That is lucky. Lucky, lucky. But the thing is like they told me, like, I'm negative, and I might really not have it. I don't know. But I'm presumed positive because everybody else in the house has it, so it's just it's more likely that I had a negative test than that I'm actually negative. You know what I mean? So that's where it is. But no symptoms. No symptoms here. No symptoms for Levi either, even though he had a positive test, you know? Ooh, shell, that'll be nice. So it's just like, you know, it's a lot. But thank God we're out of the woods at this point. I can tell y'all what, if he was not out of the woods, I would not be sharing this story on stream. Oh my god. I mean, we were getting like really panicked and fired up. We were like, you know, if he dies, then this is our governor's fault and all this stuff. I mean, like, I really do believe that. I really think that, like, our leaders have absolutely failed us when it comes to this pandemic. Like, absolutely failed us. It's not okay. It's not okay. Alright. Oh, I also want to do my Aeon. Let's give them some new abilities. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. It's crazy. Freaking crazy. Okay, we're gonna teach them cheer and some of these elemental things. Yeah, let's give you some null shot. I'm not gonna do skill. Hopefully you can get them done. Okay. Let's do cuddles and that. Give them some cheer. And some... Ooh, what is that? We go. Air, water. Yeah, just that. Snuggles. Let's give you some cheer too. Everybody gets some cheer. Everybody gets some cheer. Right. Ooh. Yes, definitely on those. Yes, on that. Hey, everybody getting tricked out, y'all. Everybody getting tricked out. Sure, they can do that and that. Okay, That's what stealing does for you. That's why I like to use the stealing in this game. You can get some really nice abilities for your Aeons. Okay, with all that, we're gonna save here. We're gonna save here. Okay, it's time for some Pokemon. It's time for some Pokemon. We're still... excuse me. Okay, sorry. That was my bad. Okay. Let's... escape. I would like to quit. We're still gonna do some Pokemon meet today because I want to end on something like nice and chill. Even though I've been telling some ridiculous and traumatic stories this stream. But that's how this week has been. And, you know, this episode, we dealt with Riku's trauma in the game, so it seemed appropriate to tell y'all some about what's going on. A lot more cutscenes next time, and things like that, I think, is probably what's going to happen. So, we'll get back to it next week and continue on with some more stuff in Macalania Woods. But for now, Pokemon. Okay, let's clear the chat box. That's always in the way. There we go. Okay. All right. So we are going to do some generation, I guess this is 7? 7? Oh yeah. That looking for a game to capture screen is so ominous. I wish they had it was nicer. It looks really weird to me, but yeah. All right, we're going to do some Gen 7 Pokemon this time. So we're going to look at the normal types first. Okay, so for Gen 7, oh, I forgot to sort it properly. Sort by National Dex number there. Okay, so for the normal types for this particular generation, you've got the P-Peck line, you've got Toucanon, you've got the Yungoos line, you've got Stuffle, and you've got Oranguru. And then you've got, these are legendaries basically, so we're going to skip over those, but then you've got Kamala and Drampa. So my choice for the normal types here is Komala. So let's read a little about Mala. This is what he looks like. He is a koala that sleeps all the time. I love that for him. I also want to sleep all the time. Okay, so here we go. It's born asleep, and it dies asleep. All of its movements are apparently no more than the results of tossing and turning in its dreams. Man, what a life. The log it holds was given to it by its parents at birth. It has also been known to cling to the arm of a friendly trainer. I, too, would love to live my life always asleep. That sounds wonderful. So there we go. Komala, the first normal type that we're adding to our Pokemon meme. There's lots of normal types, so it's taken us a while to get to one. All right, there is actually another normal type that I like, but it shares fighting types. So let's go look at the fighting types for this generation. Okay, so we can do Crab Brawler, Crabominable, but not really because we're not doing any duplicates and we already have him for Ice type. We got Stuffle, or we got I'm not sure how you pronounce this one actually. Passimian or something like that. And then you've got the Hackmo line, but they're also Dragon type, right? So the fighting type that I like for this one is Stuffle. Of course, y'all know I got the huge affinity for the cute ones. So of course I gotta go with the like pink little stuffed animal thing. All right, let's look at his entries. Despite its adorable appearance, when it gets angry, it flails about. Its arms and legs could knock a pro wrestler sprawling. A touch from anyone except a known friend sends it into a surging frenzy. It's an incredibly dangerous Pokemon. It's a stuffed animal, but it's dangerous, y'all. It wants so badly to be dangerous. So there we go. There's our fighting type, Stuffle, right here. Stuffle. Oh, you're a fan of Stuffle too, Katie? I love Stuffle. I think he's the best. Okay, there was another one that popped up under normal type. Let's look at the flying types. Here's the flying types we can do for this generation. I think I already have, yeah, I already have Minor on there, so we don't have to worry about him. And of course, Celesteela is a legendary. But we could have Rollit line, Peck line, Toucanon, and some of the Oricorios are flying type. But I really like Toucanon. It's a toucan cannon, y'all. So that's where he goes right there. And let's look at his entries. I wish Kendra was here because that's Yumi, cute and dangerous. Yeah, I'm sure she'll watch the VOD. She usually pops into these streams, but you know, sometimes she's really busy and she can really only watch the closed captioning even when she's here. So she might just prefer this week to watch the VOD. That's probably what she's gonna do. So she'll see your message when she watches it later. All right, when it battles, its beak heats up. The temperature can easily exceed 212 degrees Fahrenheit, causing severe burns when it hits. Within its beak, its internal gas ignites, explosively launching seeds with enough power to pulverize boulders. So it is a toucan cannon. It is a toucan cannon. All right. Next, we're going to look at the bug types for this generation. All right, so we have the Grubbin line. We have Grubbin, the Charge-a-Bug line, but we already used Charge-a-Bug for electric. We've also got Cutiefly and Rabumbi and Dewpider and his line, Wimpod, and then I think these are all legendaries. Oh no, this is part of the Wimpod line, but these two guys are. All right, so my choice out of these is Cutiefly. So, of course it is. Of course it is. So this is Cutiefly right here. It's of course cute. And a bee. It's adorable. It feeds on the nectar and pollen of flowers. Because it's able to sense auras, it can identify which flowers are about to bloom. Myriads of Cutiefly flutter above the heads of people who have auras resembling these flowers. It looks like flying butter. It does look like flying butter, Salty. I totally agree with you. So we're going to put him in the bug slot for this gen. So right there. Right there. All right, last one we are going to look at this week is water types. So let's go look at the water types for this generation. All right, Poplio, we've got his line, right? All the way up to Primarina. We've got Wishy-Washy. We've got Marnie and Toxapex, but I already used Toxapex for my poison one. Dewpider pops up again, and the Wimpod line pops up again, as well as Puku Muku and Bruxish, but I already put Bruxish in the Psychic, so of course we're not going to do him. So out of all of these for the water, discarding the ones that I've already chosen, I really like Primarina. It is so beautiful. Here, I'll show you guys. Look at that. This is a freaking mermaid. This is a mermaid seal. That's what this is. All right. So it controls its water balloons with song. The melody is learned from others of its kind and is passed down from one generation to the next. Its singing voice is its chief weapon in battle. This Pokemon's trainer must prioritize the daily maintenance of its throat at all costs. It's a mermaid poodle. It's so a mermaid poodle, Salty. You are right. And there we go. Water type right there. Okay, so that's how we're doing on the Pokemon meme. Making some more progress. We'll do some more next week, of course. We're filling it out. We still got a lot of gaps, though. It's still going to be several more episodes that we're going to go through this. The nose. That nose is so cute, Katie. I love the nose for the Primarina. It's so cute. Let's see. All right. All right, guys. So thank you so much for coming to the stream today. Thank you for listening to my story of the time that I lived next to a violent addict. Y'all, I've lived next to addicts and near druggies and stuff like that before, and never have I seen a situation like that. That's not normal. So that was crazy. And then thank you also for listening a little bit to my recent life update in regards to COVID. I'll let y'all know once we know, once Jeff's able to come home and he's good to go for sure. But he's basically out of the woods at this point, so we're fine. We're really just waiting for the hospital to say like he's done with COVID and he's good to come home. You know what I mean? So, all right, let's do outros. All the places you can find me. 1, right here on Twitch, Thursdays at 6:30. That's where we do my stream called Artistic License, which is kind of whatever I want. Most of what we're doing right now is playing Final Fantasy X. That's what we're going to play next week. We're going to do another episode of Final Fantasy X next week. And then I also have Interstage Window, which is my stream that's a conversation with one of my friends. That is on Saturday at noon. We've got a really special episode for you guys on Saturday. It's going to feature Landon and Sasha, and it is navigating social disagreements. So we're going to talk about that in regards to, like, you know, role play and existing online and all of those fun things. So that's going to be a really fun conversation. I also have my YouTube show, which is called Spare Room. That is my scripted content, so it's much shorter and more discreet topics in regards to like role play help and things of that nature. You can find that on YouTube. It goes up on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. on Wednesdays every week. And then I've got all my socials. Let's pop that in there in the chat. Okay, so the main social medias that I use are Twitter and TikTok. It's mostly advertisements, not gonna lie, but if you want some hot takes every once in a while, I post those on the Twitters, and if you like silly stuff, I post those every once in a while on the TikTok. So you're welcome to follow me there and check those out if you like. And then of course you are welcome if you're interested in roleplay help. I know that's not what the Thursday streams are really about, but that's really what my work is. If you're interested in giving or getting help with your text-based online role plays, there's the Discord. You're welcome to join the Discord. That's Karen and Landon Cafe, that we host all of that stuff. All right, that's it. That's all. Let's find somebody to raid, guys. Let's find somebody to raid. Who we gonna raid? Let's see who I follow that's online right now. Okay, I know who we're gonna raid. We're gonna raid my good friend Wabs. He's doing Microsoft Flight Simulator, and when y'all get in there, okay, if you have your raid emotes, use them, okay? And the other thing that I want you to do for me is please also, when you get the channel points, if you stay in there long enough to get that, make him do barrel rolls, okay? He has a channel points for that when he plays Flight Sim. Thank you so much, Katie. Okay, let me type this in. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. Everybody get into Wabs. We're gonna get in there in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. All right. Bye. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you all on Saturday. All right. See you later. Don't forget to make it a great day.